Hey, I just want to jump on here and say congratulations to one of my fellow brothers in arms. His name is Nick Bear. He's an entrepreneur and also a former U.S. Army soldier and Army military officer. This gentleman ran a 2:39:20 this morning at the 2023 California International Marathon. And I know a lot of you who watch this channel regularly know that's where I set my personal best of 2:19:35 at the 2007 California International Marathon. But I know Nick has been working his tail off trying to run under the 2:45 marathon barrier. And he not only did that, but he broke the 2:40 marathon barrier. And this is just a great example of what heart, drive, and motivation can do for you as an athlete. Nick is a very strong athlete, very muscular, looks more like a football player, but it just is a perfect example of what that you don't need to look like a small Kenyan or to be extremely light to be a great marathoner. Nick probably only has about 4 to 6% body fat on him. He's all muscles and extremely strong. He's obviously put in a ton of work to run this type of time. And also what's really impressive about Nick is he went from running a 4:19 marathon all the way down to now a 2:39:20 for the distance. So I just want to say congratulations, Nick. I know you've been working extremely hard to break that 2:45 marathon. I'm going to send, and those of you that have watched who don't know Nick Bear is, I'll leave his link to his channel below. Definitely stop over there and congratulate him as well for his hard work and the time he has put in to run this fast of a time. The California National Marathon, in my opinion, is not a fast course. It is a net downhill course similar to Boston. And I always talk about there is no such thing as a fast course if the athlete isn't in phenomenal shape. You have to put in your homework, both physiologically, both mentally. You have to really prepare well. And I've been following Nick for several years now, and obviously as a U.S. Army officer myself, I served on active duty from 2002 all the way to 2022. So I understand the mindset that you have to have in order to go and drop that significant amount of time. There are plenty of athletes out there that are doing this on a routine basis around the world. It's about how much drive and focus you all have. And if you're willing to put in that work, as Nick definitely has, to go from a 4:19 marathoner all the way down to a 2:39:20 marathoner, this proves to you what you are capable of if you're willing to put in the work. Now, Nick, based on what I've watched on his videos, is probably one of the most disciplined, focused, driven individuals out there. And those types of people, we all have that type of drive. We all have something that fires us up, that gets us up in the morning, that maybe it's our children, maybe it's a weight goal that we have in mind, or a run time, in Nick's case, trying to break 2 hours and 45 minutes. This guy has consistently dropped time, and he's been putting in the work. He's been putting in the early runs. He's been putting in the track workouts, those tempo runs, the hill repetitions. He's been doing those long runs, and those long runs have not been easy. Okay, I just want to say congratulations, Nick. I know you've been working really hard for this, and to go out there and run 2:39:20 on that course is impressive. It's really impressive, man. A lot of you who have never ran that course, there are a lot of rolling hills on that course. It is, and yes, there are a few downhill sections, especially on the first mile and just past the 10-mile point. There's a real sharp downhill section after the 10-mile point. And then again, it goes back into rolling hills again. So it's not like a Chicago, it's not a Berlin course, it's not a London course. It's not completely flat. There is a lot of rolling hills, flat sections, a few downhill sections, but you really have to be mentally strong and very well physically prepared to run a fast time, especially on the California International Marathon course. Nick, great job this morning, man. Continued success to you. I wish you all the best, and with your training, your nutrition business, and all that you're doing for athletes around the world. Congratulations, man. 2:39:20 is baller running on that course, man. And I know you're excited, and wish you and your family all the very best and continued success to you, man.